Believe in His ability to change what's a quote-unquote impossible situation. The second thing, dear brothers and sisters, and it's extremely important, that if when you make dua, you are functionally an atheist in your dua. What do I mean by that? You've subjected yourself entirely to the odds and to the logic of the situation. So when you're making your dua, unless you can logically believe it, you don't even bother making that dua. You don't ask Allah to change what seems to be an impossible situation. And even if you do it mechanically, like as a formality, because the odds are too large. The laws of nature are there. By the way, there's a difference between al-akhdhu bil-asbab, to take the means for victory and to do what you need to do while you make your dua and put your trust in Allah, and actually worshiping the means and being subjected to the means. And if you can't see the means changing in your favor, then your dua is weak or non-existent as a whole. That's not the way the believer makes his dua. It's not the way the believer calls upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's not just for overcoming a large enemy. That's for overcoming a disease. That is for overcoming an impossible situation. That's for seeing yourself through what appears to be an inevitably broken marriage. That's what you do when you find yourself being oppressed at a micro level by someone and you feel like no one's going to believe me, I have no way to actually overcome the suppressor. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not subjected to those means. Allah is not subjected to those odds. So when you make those du'as, don't make those du'as with those calculations of the odds and say it just went from 60% to 80% to 90%, and your dua is proportional to the logic and to the odds. That's problematic. Believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Believe in Allah Azza wa Jalla's power. Believe in His ability to change what's a quote-unquote impossible situation.